what's up, guys? It's Monday, February 29th, 2016.
Leap year!
It's leap year. Guang didn't know it was leap year.
I had no idea it was leap year. It's every 4 years. 29. Man, leap year. What are you going to do with that? I don't have people who have like birthdays on leap year.
Some people do. And then they have that joke, haha, that I'm only how many years old? Right.
But you're not. How sad.
Sorry, I don't mean to take that away from you if you were born
but
on the
they just want to be younger. They just want to be, young.
Yeah.
So, that's okay for the people.
It's cool.
Anyway.
But yeah, so this show, so today we're talking about the most recent episode
of Fresh Off the Boat.
Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah. So I we mentioned the show. We mentioned the show quite often. So we're doing our own recap episode, Fresh Off the Boat.
Right, where we talk about what happened.
Basically what happened on the show and our own opinion about the show, because it reminds me of my own experiences growing up in the 90s, and it has a lot of references to the 90s. In the recent episode last week, they talked about Pogs.
It's the Michael Chang episode. What's it titled? I don't know.
It's called the Michael Chang episode.
Something like that, yeah.
So Michael Chang.
It's I can say it's season 2, episode 14.
How do you know that? Like,
when I'm...
when you're like watching it on it's like when you're on ABC.
When I'm looking it up, yeah, exactly.
You're looking up online, it tells you season 2, episode 14.
Yeah.
Any case. But yeah, I like it's a reference. One of my favorites was like a reference Pogs. Because I don't know if you ever played Pogs.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. Like, we all did back when we were in elementary school. Actually, before Pogs came in, like what me and my friends actually did was we used to collect Marvel cards. The Marvel comic cards. Yeah. So everybody was collecting
Skybox or
Flare. Yeah, Flare and Flare. I remember that one corner there's a shop on the corner, across Sam's Club. There was a card shop there, and we used to some of our friends, we used to walk over there and check out the stuff that they had. Okay. And so we had a lot of my friends, they had binders full of cards.
Binders full of superheroes,
rather
than
and then, so
binders full of women.
What? So that's what we collected before Pogs came in, and then once Pogs came into the picture, then people stopped bringing their comic cards.
That's true. It became a big thing where the schools won't even let you play Pogs because people got so heated over the betting.
Yeah.
Not betting, but the playing of cards. People fight over oh, you took my slammer. Yeah. How dare you? Or but it's that's the rules of the game.
And
rules of the game, man.
But see, the thing is for me, it's we couldn't afford Pogs, or at least parents wouldn't buy me Pogs, so
you had to go win them.
I was desperate looking under Snapple's caps and trying to actually take the actual...
Wait, did they have Pogs underneath the Snapple's caps? Or
that's what Pogs are made out of, right? The underneath the caps.
Oh, that's true.
Bottle caps, right?
Yeah.
So I would just take that paper...
draw your own?
Yeah. And just draw my own.
That's cool.
But the thing is, the kids who actually bought real Pogs, they kind of feel insulted if you try to play with
their own homemade Pogs.
Yeah.
So what's this character? It's a poison 8-ball or the spider. You draw in your own little secret.
And actually, even long way before 6th grade, before the trading cards, I still remember playing with marbles. That was really fun.
Oh yeah, I remember you had a bag of marbles. We used to play that.
That was fun.
Man, but people don't even play that stuff anymore, do they? I'm sure they do, but it's so small.
Probably play virtual versions on their iPads.
Virtual versions
on their cell phones.
It's not that fun. I played virtual pool on Yahoo Games.
Yeah. That was fun, dude.
That was fun.
Dude, you, me, and Aaron, we had heated games on there.
We did? Yeah.
Yeah. We would sign in and play each other.
Man, I'm surprised you remember that. I really don't remember.
Yeah, dude.
Some of the stuff that we did.
So we would play Yahoo pool, and then afterwards after we'll be like, forget this, let's go play real pool.
Oh yeah, we started playing real pool. It was like it's not the same. You can't make those trick shots because you don't have the little liner to tell you where your ball's going. Speaking of like just sports in general, like the Michael Chang episode talked about obviously Michael Chang, the tennis player. But I was just thinking about like, man, okay. Back in the 90s, they had Michael Chang. But I was thinking of Hideo Nomo. I don't know if you remember Hideo Nomo.
Yeah, dude. I know, dude.
Because I don't watch baseball that much, but I was like, man, who's that? Like, that one Japanese like pitcher on the Dodgers back in the days. And for some reason, like his name popped up. And I mean, obviously, that was the guy. But dude, it was like such a big thing at that time for me anyway. I was like, oh, there's an Asian dude on the baseball team?
Yeah, because one of our previous episodes, we talked about Ms. Blakey. When I was in her class, for some kind of raffle or whatever, like she gave me, like I won I could choose any like book or whatever from the library and take home. I took home the Dodgers magazine, and it had Hideo Nomo on the cover. Oh, and I kept that magazine for the longest time, like just because it was such a big deal.
Asian guy on playing sports.
But not only then, that was during a time when I was really into like sports, where I knew like players' team and like names, like Hideo Nomo, Mike Piazza, and all those people.
Now you don't watch sports.
Now I don't really watch sports at all.
I don't care anymore. Yeah.
Other than mixed martial arts, but yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like there aren't very many Asian in sports, but I mean it's not like Asians don't play sports in their own respective countries. It's just we don't see them here in this country as much.
Yeah,
you know, like they have like Taiwan has a huge baseball following, Japan has a huge baseball following. I think like little league wise, like Japan's always like up there.
Yeah, for
in the World Series of Little League, like Little League World Series, like Japan's always up there. So it's like, how can you say that they're not athletic? But the Chang gang, that's on the episode. And that was funny. And we have Jeremy Lin, and he was kind of what?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the word. So it came out of nowhere, kind of guy.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't watch basketball, but I think he's doing decent.
Yeah.
Decently now, right?
Yeah, he's making it a regular thing. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Was Kearse on the episode, like the mom, the character, Constance's character, Jessica's like, because Emery was supposed to be a flight attendant.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, I don't want you to do that. But when she heard him that he could make a lot of money playing tennis, that's when actually forced him into going towards the tennis route. Which got me thinking, it's like, okay, so what is it like with, is it like with Asian parents, is it like the money, or is it the prestige, the status that they try to get you into a certain type of career path?
I don't know.
Because like with Evan, the youngest one, like because in the beginning of the episode, they talk about like career placements, like where they're going to be.
Yeah.
And Evan got Surgeon General, like she was super proud. And then Emery got like flight attendant. She was like, what? And Emery wanted to be a flight attendant. But then at the end of the episode, Jessica's like, no, you should be an astronaut because you're still doing the same thing. If you're going to be a flight attendant, be an astronaut, like the most amazing flying person there is. But yeah, it got me thinking, like, is it prestige? Is it the money? Is it...
It's the name. It's the face, man.
That's what I came up with too. Like, it's about like mianzi in Chinese anyway. It's what it's about, that public face, you ask people, reputation, that public acceptance of people, partly because in Chinese culture, in a large part Asian culture, it's about like group context. Everything you do is within like a group, and larger society has an impact on the individual, rather than like the individual just does whatever they want in the Western context. So I was like, yeah, okay, I see, I get it. Or maybe it's also because they're immigrant parents and they move here, so they want you to be better than they did wherever they're from.
Yeah.
So.
But I feel like with that with that fish out of the boat example, it's like for Asian parents, it's only when they see an example of success, then it becomes acceptable.
Oh yeah, because like Michael Chang being a tennis player, it's acceptable because he's already making it. But if there was no Michael Chang,
if there was no Michael Chang, she wouldn't want Emery to be a tennis player. Yeah.
That's why it's like doctors, lawyers, engineers. You know, the easy typical route. You know, that's where I'm at. Doctor, lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. No, I don't want to do that anymore. So, just again, figuring out what's the next step. How do you tell your parents that? Maybe I should tell them in the podcast, Mom, I don't want to be a lawyer.
You haven't?
I haven't told anybody of like our adult.
But that's
relatives.
that's not really like a concrete decision. It's just a feeling, right?
Of not wanting to be an attorney.
Yeah, it's just a feeling. It's just like it's how you feel about a certain thing. It's not a decision.
Yeah.
It's not it's not so much a decision like as far as like quitting law school, you know.
Yeah.
Like
but it's just because I'm
or turning down a job offer, you know.
Right.
You could not want to be a lawyer but still go through the motions of applying and reluctantly accepting it.
That's true, but I haven't really been particularly looking for that. So it's like by default I'm choosing not to by doing that, I suppose. Yeah, anyway, that's kind of where I'm at.
You're just choosing not to cross the bridge, but
I'm standing there. I need in my mind, I'm working towards getting to that point where it's like I'm gonna burn that bridge and just never look back and move forward. I'm working up to it, but it's the same time, it's like I'm looking at this bar card.
Wait, so right now, so is that how you feel? You don't see yourself ever practicing?
I'm shaking my head. Yeah.
Really?
So I'm like,
because I thought you still wanted to do for your own practice and stuff like that.
I don't know what I want to do. I'm typical Gemini status. I go back and forth, vacillating between this and that and this and that. It's like,
okay.
Yeah. But now I'm looking at my bar card. I'm like, it's like, what does it mean? I have it. I guess I'll take the title, but it's like I don't by action. I'm not, in engaged in that. So makes me think. I mean, they have face. My family has face. They have. Okay, there's a lawyer. All right, great. Everybody has that. But now it's like he's not a functioning lawyer. Does that
I don't know because I don't know. It's they always say stuff.
Everybody says stuff.
But you don't really know what or how they really feel about stuff. My dad always said to me growing up as a kid and said if you just go to UCLA, I'll be happy. I don't even care if you graduate.
I think you told me this before.
Yeah, as long as you just go.
Yeah.
I'll have the face and that's it. You know, I don't even care what you do. I don't even care if you go for a farming degree. As long as you just
farming degree.
But obviously.
And there's something else.
Obviously, once you get it, it's not enough.
It's not.
There's always gonna be.
It's always something else. There's always something more. I don't know, man. It's like. Yeah.
Just be the best Kwang Chan you can be, man. That's all I gotta say.
I also blame law school. I say this all the time. I blame law school for ruining
your belief system.
My basically. Just I become more pessimistic and a lot more cynical about life. Whether it's because the law is a dirty thing, or because law school itself is not a safe haven for the optimist and naive, I guess.
I see.
I don't know. It's like,
well, I don't know what would be. What would be?
I'm gonna go back into the Matrix, take the other pill, and just go back in and live my life of bliss and ignorance.
Because right now you feel you're outside of the Matrix.
Yeah, because it's like once your eyes are open, it's like, what the hell do you do now that it's mostly?
You wanna go back to it's like the Carlton episode, right?
Which one?
The one where Will gets shot, and then he's telling his dad because his dad was telling him everything's gonna be okay. He's like, how is everything okay? Some guy just when Will gets he's in the hospital, and then Carlton was pissed off about the judicial justice system, and then Uncle Phil was saying in the end it all works out, the system works. It's just over in the end, but he's like, and he's like telling him, "Dad, stop telling me fairy tales."
Where it's just like the idea just shatters, and he's like, you see the real world for what it is. It's kind of like that. That's kind of like where I'm at. It's like, oh man, I'm not saying that I don't appreciate law school. I appreciate it, but it's just it's definitely put something on my personality, my being, that I can't kind of think in the same way. I can't go back to thinking in that previous way, because once you learn something, you can't really unlearn it, and you've seen it. It's like, man, now what do you do with that, and how do I blend it into who I am and continue moving forward with all that, Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, like, I read somewhere that for someone with my personality, it's like an
MBTI test, like a Myers-Briggs thing.
No, one of those Destiny cards of Destiny stuff.
Some of those tarot reading things. Yeah, those, like astrology books.
It says that for me, it's like I don't take I don't take like knowledge and stuff and apply it directly. It's like I kind of like absorb.
Yeah.
Like kind of what you said about the improv stuff. It's like you kind of need to know about everything.
Yeah.
And anything you know about one thing will benefit you in whatever it is you do specifically. You know? Like even just having some kind of biology like knowledge, you might not think it helps, but it could help you with how you approach like making music or whatever.
It might, yeah. You have more. It's good to have more breadth and depth. If you have depth of knowledge, then definitely the stuff that you create has a lot more meaning to it. Whereas if you're like me, you're a generalist and you have more breadth of knowledge, you might understand a lot of things in a superficial level, so you can like just talk about and consume a lot of different things, but then like you don't have that ability to go deeper into one thing and really analyze it and appreciate it at a more meaningful. Like, we went to Chinatown for the art thing. It's like you were saying, like you wish you knew more about art so you can appreciate the art that we were looking at. Isn't that what you said?
Kind of, but what I was saying, the point of that statement, when I was saying it was like, this would be a much cooler adventure if this night was about something that I had a stronger interest
gotcha.
Like if this was like a DJ expo, and shoot, what's going on here, But because it's about something that I don't really have good knowledge about, like I don't get it, so when we're walking through each gallery, we're like, what's going on here,
Colors, lines.
Whereas if it
blocks.
was like a music like a museum or something, you go into each one. One is like a jazz room, one is like a hip hop room, whatever, Then you say,
I get it.
But whereas for us, like we're going in and we go into one, it's like a whole bunch of toys, I don't get it. There's another one where it's like a box diagrams.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
That's like when I go and I read the introduction to kind of get at what's the theme or what the artist is trying to do, and I try to think about, what are they trying to tell us? What's the story? What's the idea?
But one of the things that I was hoping for is when we go on more BCF adventures is that. I think I would like us to explore like the interests that you want to explore, Yeah. Like when we're going to attend watch improv shows, it's like, it's something that you enjoy or whatever. You know? Or if you're going to those like trance events, whatever, it's areas of your interest.
Yeah, man, I love. I started following this on Facebook. There's this. This family, Trans family they're from Northern Ireland. I just been following them. Every time I watch them, I love it. I just love the father and daughter just going all boom, 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 and getting the kids started super early into the trance music. It's like it's so great. I don't know. It just makes me happy.
Yeah. So going back to the episode, what else happened on the episode?
They had.
I think Evan's thing. It's funny about Pogs. I think it also kind of
gambling.
It was funny about just
gambling. I was thinking about Asians love to gamble.
It's gambling addiction.
Starts so young. I was gonna say that's kind of what I wrote down. It's Evan is the typical Asian gambler. Play mahjong, blackjack, poker, and all those other things. He's like, let me have it. Come on, you don't leave a table when you're on a hot streak. I was like, oh. And he plays it so well. It's like so funny. The more the show develops, I love the two kids. I just love the kids so much more.
Yeah.
As the show develops, because I think they're like easing into their characters a lot, and they're showcasing Evan and Emery more than they did. Yeah. Like in the previous, like the first season, they didn't show them too much. Like they were kind of like comedy relief side characters, but now they're putting them more in the forefront.
They get their own little bits now. Yeah.
Especially with Evan and how he plays with the neighbor people. Like he talks to the housewives and he just he's like, hangs like, okay, ladies, remember you gotta do your yoga, you gotta go your run. It's like what? It's so fun. And then Emery plays like the Casanova of the school.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like interesting because it's like you don't typically think like Asian guys are like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice to have that.
His personality is almost. I think in the beginning, like his like you said, they were side characters. They almost had very similar like characters. It was just in the very beginning episodes. It was just what's the main
Eddie. It was Eddie.
It was about Eddie is like not being the typical Asian kid, whereas Emery and Evan were the good kids, like who were smart in school.
Like they were playing that.
Yeah, and that was pretty much
the foil to that.
That was the only description, like in the first couple episodes. But now you kind of see a contrast between even Emery and Evan, where Evan is like very practical, like a thinker, whatever. Emery is like the idealistic. Like
I see that pragmatist versus the romantic idealist, and then there's Eddie. The flunky, because even the parents like Eddie's gonna ruin the family at some point. Because in that episode he's like, because Jessica says, oh yeah, Emery's gonna be president, and then like Eddie's gonna ruin her or something like that. I don't know. I think it was something, but I like it. They're each coming in, and not even just like those two, but Lewis Randall Park's character, Cattlemans Ranch, like those characters are developing pretty well too.
Yeah.
Like the waitress and the waiter, and then the other people. Mitch, I like Mitch a lot.
Yeah.
As they're developing, so I would love to see more. I hope they continue on with the season, get another third, fourth season in.
You just gotta keep supporting it and keep watching, keep talking about it. Yeah.
I will keep watching and talking. And liking it on Facebook and stuff like that. But yeah, man. I mean, I went through. I'm not like a total huge gambler, but I went through kind of like our poker phase for a while.
Me too, man. Yeah.
I actually thought like, oh man, maybe I could sustain a living just playing poker at one point, just because I won like $500 in one go, and I was like, yeah, I could totally do this. Come the next day, no, I can't do this.
Yeah.
So. No, that's not gonna work. Gambling.
I mean, even I had that same like hope or desire too. I mean, you see the books that I read, and then like I even kept like a journal, when I was still in the casino college studying to be a dealer. Like when days I didn't have class, I would go to the casino and like play, and like I would journal down like how I do each day, and the thing is, when you actually write it down, then you kind of see the reality versus what you kind of like lie to yourself. Because every time you go, you just think like, oh yeah, I win, and you remember all the wins,
but you don't remember like the losses. Right?
I mean, you remember some of the losses, but you don't like really like sum up the total of how many losses. But when you write it down, it's very clear. Like shit, I only won like 2 days, and then like the rest of the days like a loss, and over this whole time like I've lost a lot.
In the long run, you end up losing. That's the gambling gods. That's how they get you. I have this theory that anybody who's never gambled before, the first time that they gamble, they're gonna win a lot of money, so that the gambling gods can get them in, and they use them and continue to keep them playing. So from there on, they're just gonna keep losing money to feed the gambling gods. That's how they get you. They give you a little bit in the front, and then you get sucked in, and you become a slave to gambling. But it's fun as long as you can control yourself. I mean, I used to play roulette a lot, and I realized that you're not gonna win in the long run off of roulette.
Roulette is the worst game, the worst odds.
But it's so fun when you win like big. It's like
So I'm saying like when you're playing it, if you're playing for the fun of it, then great, enjoy yourself. But if you're trying to
win money, probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll stick to blackjack. I think the most I ever won on blackjack was like $900.
What? Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's like over the course of a few hours playing.
Wow.
But yeah, that's like the most I ever won on blackjack. But I'm not endorsing people go gamble, but play.
Yeah.
But don't get out of control. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week's episode. I don't know what it's going to be about, but hopefully it's just as funny as the other ones.
Yep. So that concludes our recap of Fresh Off the Boat. Tune in next time as we recap future episodes of Fresh Off the Boat here on BCF Talk.